Welcome to Cars in Korea. I introduce newly released Genesis, Hyundai, and Kia cars.
Today's video is sponsored by Mach Racing. Mach Racing is the Hyundai and tuning specialists. Not only can you shop for high-quality parts like the Brembo Big Brake Kit, braid wheels, and Swift springs, specifically made for N cars, Mach Racing tests and develops all these parts on the racetrack. Mach Racing is also the official organizer of the Hyundai N Cup. If you're in California, join all the other N cars threshing the track together. Visit www.machracing.com for more details. If it wasn't for the sponsorships like this today, I would definitely have a very hard time keeping my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for sparing your time. Please drop a visit to Mach Racing, especially when you are an N owner. They specialize in all N cars and parts, including Veloster N and Elantra N, also Elantra N PE to come, and definitely this Ioniq 5N you are about to see. Feel free to drop in the comment below anything you are curious about, and you can also directly reach me at carsinkorea@gmail.com for any questions you might have with N parts as well as Mach Racing. Mach Racing will be sponsoring other Ioniq 5N videos, including the test drive and also Elantra N PE to come. Of course, I'll be there first to capture it in person, in real life, test driving it, feeling it myself. Don't forget, I am one of the first to cover those N cars, and I am definitely enthusiast. I hate to say this, but as a previous Veloster N DCT with full carbon and performance parts installed. And look at this beautiful slow-mo. God, I miss my Veloster N. Once again, thank you very much for sparing your time and not skipping the video. That's it, and let's get back to that Ioniq 5N.
The car I have behind me today, you will soon find out, is Hyundai Ioniq 5N. Where are you? Right there. There are just a few things I want to walk you through before starting today's video. First of all, I used to have a Veloster N DCT fully loaded model with a full N performance carbon parts. I'm saying that out loud because I'll be making a lot of references to Veloster N as well as just the N overall. There are three penetrating pillars of N brand. One, corner rascal. Two, everyday sports car. And three, racetrack capability. And let me check my cheat sheet if I said that right, and I did. So I have a whole note right here, as you can see, that I'll walk you through. There are just so many features and tech put behind that is not seen under the cover. Those are the key points I want to give you before starting today's video. My excitement just won't stop here, trust me. The moment that car unveils, I'll show it to you. I'll tell you all about it. I know you guys are curious about the numbers, so let's get that out of the way. All the numbers, tech, I tell you now, this is not something that's just speculations, but rather I got this info straight from Hyundai, so it's official and final. There are two motors, one on the front, one on the rear. Both put together pushes out 478 kilowatt. That is converted into horsepower 650. But keep in mind that is with the boost mode. Boost mode is like the NGS N Green Shift in traditional internal combustion engine Ns, which stands for N Green Boost. So now it's NGB with Ioniq 5N. All of these details, I will tell you all about it in today's video, so be sure to digest the entire video of today. Those motors put together also pushes 770 Newton meters of torque converted into kilogram force meters. That's 78.5. Let me give you the numbers just one more time straight. That is 478 kilowatt with 650 horsepower, dual motors, and 770 Newton meters of torque, 78.5 kilogram force meters of torque with 84 kilowatt hour battery. As much as you guys want to see this car unveiled, I really like the camouflage that the Ioniq 5 had on tracks and Nürburgring and such. Can't wait for that moment for me to test drive, be behind this wheels, because the specs and text that this Ioniq 5N is loaded with, it's already fun. Picturing myself being behind the wheel and being on the track. Once again, you guys know how serious I am just looking at the outfit I have today. Just really hope we get the chance to at least sit inside
All right, so this is the inside.
Where I can spend hours just going over the interior of this car as well. I know you guys are not here to look at this car like this, but I will soon find that out and tell you all about it. There just are things that I need to go over, and I know this place is gonna be all hectic after the showcase starts, so I wanna get some figures out the way and tell you all about what this Hyundai Ioniq 5N is capable of. 3 pillars that I told you about. First, corner rascal, focusing and concentrating on the corners, turns, which is what a race car is all about. And this is the #1 factor that Hyundai N also listed. So we can see how serious they are about turns and corners. So cornering specific techs, N pedal, and drift optimizer, and torque distribution. The name itself is kind of somewhat self-explanatory. Let me tell you about the N pedal. The N pedal utilizes the region brake to help cornering at tracks. Simply put, when you take your foot off the accelerator, the region brake will work accordingly, both front and rear, and power is distributed adequately according to a turn. So simply put, the car and the motor will read the road condition, the track condition, where you are, the GPS, the G-force, all of that will be implemented on the motor to better the cornering ability, which also increases the region brake volume and motor responsiveness, i.e. faster reduction, slows down the car much faster, allows to have a faster weight transfer. And weight transfer definitely is a big thing when it comes to the track performance. You need to do a weight transfer to fully utilize the tire capacity, and that is also enabled with Ioniq 5N, which often is a little tricky thing to do depending on a car to another, especially when a car is loaded with a tech like this. Ioniq 5 got you covered. Ioniq 5N got you covered. Second is the N Drift Optimizer. And well, the name itself kind of explains it all. It optimizes both front and rear motor for you to have that drift. You heard me right, it's a drift with all-wheel drive car in an SUV. Well, to be precise, it was super easy to drift Ioniq 5 rear-wheel drive when I was test driving it. Go check it out in my previous video. That alone had plenty of power for me to drift the car, but Hyundai Ioniq 5N comes with N-Drift Optimizer. So you can take this car on paddocks and drift the heck out of this car. And trust me, it will eat your tires up in no time with that 650 horsepower. In detail, what it does is that it will allow the best front and rear distribution for drifts, more power on the rear motor, which will enhance the oversteer. But when you are actually making an exit out of this car after a turn, an adequate power is delivered to the front motor, i.e. that will also reduce the understeer on the front, helping better cornering at the end. It's got the best of it all because the car controls each motor separately, both front and rears are equipped with the ELSD, which is the limited slip differential on the rear, which is electronically controlled, hence the E. And also it comes with the 2 inverters, and trust me that all the info I give you now, I am just getting started. There are just so much behind this Ioniq 5N. And I am still going over corner rascal aspect here, so just don't lose me. Third is the N torque distribution, shortened as NTD. You can actually have your car, Ioniq 5N, as on front wheel drive or rear wheel drive, and of course all-wheel drive. There is no drive shaft in EVs with the Ioniq 5N, but it's all possible with the control of each motor separately, front and rear. Driving one single vehicle, you have front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, and all-wheel drive. For the rear-wheel drive, probably I'll go with the drift events, all-wheel drive for maximum performance at tracks. Front-wheel drive, I don't know when that will come in handy, but it's there. You can do it, right? Rear motor is equipped with 2 inverters, i.e. 2-stage motor system. 1 inverter runs on a regular drive, and 2 inverters will run on a high speed, distributing once again the adequate output from a motor. Fourth is the N-launch control, which explains it all, self-explanatory, and the show is about to start. So let me show you the Ioniq 5 unveiled right now. Let's go.
It has the power to break all the rules. Introducing Ioniq 5N.
Woo! Everybody, it's here. It's here. As you can see, it's right here behind me. I just can't believe it. Let's go inside and take a look. Let's go.
All right, so this is the inside of Ioniq 5N, as you can see, and I just can't believe what I am looking at. All right, well, for starter, it's a manual rail, and this is the N-Lite bucket seat that we have seen on previous Ns. However, it has the reinforced side bolster. It looks exactly the same, however, it's different. And one more thing, there is that N-Lite right there, but another right here that wasn't there before. The steering wheel of Ioniq 5N comes with two N buttons here, as you can see, and there is that NGB that I talked about, N Green Boost. It will let you utilize the full power of Ioniq 5N for 10 seconds, and there are 10-second delay or cool down after every use. Drive modes here, Eco, Normal, and Sport, as you can see. So press on that, you can go into N mode and custom 1 with the left button right there, just like that. On the right, you can go into custom 2 right away. That is the feature that we saw on the Elantra N, exactly the same. And this N badge, oh my gosh, so this is, I don't feel any brush texture with my finger, but it's actually embedded right into the airbag. And just look how tiny this airbag is with this. And the grip, okay, so I can feel that it feels like that of the Ioniq 5 steering wheel. It's a little thicker than the typical Ns that I have driven, that is Elantra N and Veloster N. AC system and other climate control, it's exactly the same. Oh my god, I can actually feel the seat is being ventilated, and probably that comes from, I need to find out where I can actually do that. Gauge cluster, you can check it out on previous videos and other videos. This tech is essentially the same with the cars that we have seen before. This UI, GUI stays the same, but of course I got to get into N mode, which is the most important of it all, right? So the N mode, okay, you can access it right here, just like that. This is just unbelievable. You can see the torque distribution right here, real time, 50-50 front and rear, and the torque on the wheels, the acceleration pads. Okay, you can also control the motor here. You can see it goes into Sport Plus all the way, and you can control the steering wheel, as also the suspension. Suspension has the ECS, electronically controlled suspension. Also, there is the ELSD. You can control it to normal, sport, and Sport Plus. Here is the ECS. This is probably because car is not fired up, so you can control the ECS according to the different drive modes as well. HUD, so there's also HUD. So the HUD I get right here, I can't show it to you. Have it on a normal. You see a typical HUD that we've seen on other cars before, but if you tap on the Sport, I'll be able to capture that later on. I just can't get it from this angle. NAS Plus, that is N Active Sound Plus. You can have the Supersonic and Evolution, and there's one more, Ignition. Launch control right here, activated using that button. I will find out with my test drive, but on the promotional video, I actually saw the car lowering, the rear portion got lowered when there was the N launch control being shown. I have a feeling that Hyundai will be doing the test drives at a track. That's what they've been doing with all of their Ns. So you can see the G-force, the ladder forces here. And if you go in, you can see more in detail, just like that. All these, I will try to test it out whenever I get the chance. I have a whole bunch of other folks waiting, so I gotta fly through it. And launch control, all these, it's self-explanatory. So reset the grip level. Oh my God, what do they have here, seriously? All self-explanatory. Feel free to pause the video and read through it, because I am learning as I am showing you right now. There's the Active Sound Plus Ignition, Evolutions, Supersonic, all just like that.
Your different high-performance sounds blasting out from both inside and outside.
N mode, a double curve sign is sensed. I love what they put in right there. They are, oh my God. So corner rascal, huh? And battery preconditioning, all this, drag and track. You can read it off. I'll explain it one more time when I get the chance.
Ensures the optimal battery temperature for maximized track performance.
Over here, you can go into the track, and it has all the tracks here in Korea: AMG Speedway, Korea International Circuit, FIA Grade 1 level track, and Inja Speedium, that's FIA Level 2 grade, and Taebaek Speedway. You can also check your speed, the lap record, using these features here. Battery temperature, motor temperature, brake pedal, speed, RPM, torque, all this, you can find it out. You can also record it manually, just like that. Buttons are essentially the same. Once again, I have just so many people, I can't afford to take up the whole time. One more thing before I go, the cup holders here, the upholstery, you can actually slide this out to maximize the space here, just like that. A little bit, but it does make a difference when you are driving these cars around. And also, you can open it up like that. The cup holders, these we've seen before on Hyundai cars, just like that. One of my favorites for sure. Center island will not be moving anymore. However, they have the tags and features, the cables, the wireless charging pads, parking cameras too. So it comes with the tech too. You can check your surrounding just like this. All 12 volts and C charging ports on the left, just like that. Okay, so no more drawer type, but rather a good old drop-down glove box. So it has that Ioniq 5 scent all over, but it still is more of an N than it is an Ioniq 5, as we can see. Again, I just gotta get out. Everybody is waiting, so all the hype around this Ioniq 5, it's no surprise, so I just had to get out, but I will try to get inside one more time whenever I get the chance. But just check this out. This is the Performance Blue Matte color, first implemented on Hyundai Ioniq 5, and this is a completely different car from that of the Ioniq 5. Over fendered, it's wider, it's shorter, so it's closer to the ground than it is with the Ioniq 5, I'll put it that way. And badge right there. All this time I've been laughing when I saw N badge on an SUV, but no more. Just look at this Ioniq 5N. All right, so brake lights applied. You can see the third brake light coming up, and that triangle brake light is definitely and uniquely N and the Ioniq 5, and also got it just like that. Pixelated taillights, that is the brand identity of Ioniq as we know, still there. What's different is that it's got the checkered pattern. Hyundai actually upgraded this into a checkered flag type pattern here that kind of resembles and shows you a racing inspired design, but also carrying over the pixel heritage that Ioniq brand pursues. Unfortunately, this is the fake one, so it's not cut open. Look at the angular design here. The over fender, it's got some more evident when you take a look at it from this side right here, just like that. Look at this crazy over fender. Oh my God. I actually shot a photo of this over fender because it was actually revealing itself through that silhouette, so I couldn't help but to take a photo. I just want to touch up on every single thing before I move up. Of course, one of the notable thing, one of the favorite feature by far is definitely this wiper. Oh well, Hyundai said that the rear wiper is not necessary for Ioniq 5 because of how aerodynamic it is, but well, Ioniq 5N got it. Might be because the rear spoiler got extended a little more than the regular Ioniq 5, probably. Well, the more the better. This is something that everybody has been asking. The rear wiper on Ioniq 5N. And we can see the built-in cam right here. This vent, of course, it's all cut open. So that is the design of Ioniq 5 we've seen all throughout. Ioniq 5 also really means a lot to me because this is the car that I picked up first time worldwide in YouTube, first ever to catch the car that doesn't have the camos on. So it really brings me back. But once again, as an N enthusiast, seeing this car as an N in performance blue, it really just means completely different to me. Just in case you haven't had the chance to check it out, you see I am in this N outfit. Look at this, I just can't stop smiling looking at this car.
Can't believe this car came into a reality.
Also, let's go over that rear diffuser, a gigantic rear diffuser, everything, and I mean everything. Everything you see here is done on purpose. It's there to serve a need. So this is what it looks like underneath. It uses the EGMP, Electric Global Modular Platform, that Hyundai Motor Group uses on all of the recent EVs, and Ioniq 5 is no exception. Unlike the all internal combustion engine ends we've seen thus far, we don't see the red strip here. It's not the video, trust me, so you see the red reflector there. It's not the red strip that we have been seeing, but rather it's called luminous orange, as well as the side skirt that also stretches out all the way here, just like that. And thanks to the side skirts, the profile now look completely different from the original Hyundai Ioniq 5. Come check out the over fender right here. Is that all right? So unfortunately that is a fake. No, it's not, it's actually cut. I can easily show you like this, right? You see it? It is all open, just like that. Car actually stretches out that much. So probably this is the original Ioniq 5 chassis. I don't believe what I am seeing. Oh my God, this is crazy. The chassis is all the way to here. Even the chassis, right? I don't think it ever hugged the car like this with the Ioniq 5 because it's actually curved. Look at this. It's been widened, and there is another molding here to, of course, keep it road legal. Can't believe the work that they have done. So there is the air vent. Now that will work as the air vent, and sending it to the tires here. The rear tires don't really get all heated up, except when you're drifting. Excuse me, not the tires. I'm talking about the rotors and brakes just running all over the place here. Come around this way, I also want to tell you about the wheels. Not only does it get the 21-inch wheel, but this is the forged wheel. No, it's not N Performance. Comes standard with Ioniq 5N. Comes with the Pirelli P0, good old tire that we know of from other N brands. But I see HN, which stands for Hyundai. So Hyundai tires, you know, like the star of BMW M's. But here I see electric, E-L-E-C-T, elect, with the plug design right here. I'll show you up close. From that, I can tell Pirelli P0 tire is specifically developed for Hyundai Ioniq 5 and biggest size rotors that we've seen. 400 millimeters on the front, 360 millimeters on the rear. What's special about this 21-inch wheel, aside from being forged, is that it comes with this plastic cover that will also reduce the vortex generated here, further enhancing the coefficient of drag, better the battery efficiency, and all. Massive wheel plus the design that helps with the vents, cooling down the batteries and brake rotors and pads is not much of an issue for Ioniq 5N. We can see that from what they've done with this cover. Otherwise, they would definitely have taken out the cover to maximize the performance, but that is not what Hyundai has done. Front looks much better. 4-pot monoblock pistons right here, but it's much thinner than it was with the N Performance brakes we've had thus far. Also, the color is different. This is not red. This is luminous orange caliper right here with the big N logo. 400 millimeter rotor is just gigantic seeing it in person. This was composed of a plastic, and I can feel, you see, you can hear that it's a plastic. I don't know how you could take this out. We'll figure it out if you take the wheel out, but certainly this is made composed of different pieces. The front size is also the same, 275, 35, 21. So it's a square setup all around, both front and rear. As you can see, I can spend hours with this car. A little bit of an over-fender Q design here, even on the front, but it was much more prevalent on the rear. Take a look at this one more time. So that is the front, and that is the rear. Shut up. Shut up. Oh my God. The rear has cambers too. The rear wheel, if I get the chance, well, I'll ask, but the rear wheel has cambers on the rear. Jesus Christ. They brought together all the tech down in Namyang R&D Center and just put it together on this Ioniq 5, saying out loud to the world to just look at what we got, what we are capable of showing you. Everybody's all over this car. Let me go over there and show you that. So this is Ecotronic Gray Pearl, the color that we've seen on many of the other Hyundai cars. Ioniq 5N comes in a variety of exterior colors, and there are colors brand new on this Ioniq 5N, which I will list them in the description below, so feel free to check it out. But it only comes in one interior, that is black. I want to zoom in on the front of the car. The pixel lights, we are used to that. I mean, we know all of that, right? However, take a look at this grille here. Jesus. It's cut open right here, and I can feel the heat that's been ventilated right here. It is cut all the way to here. The rest is just designed for the rest. So that is the reason why we don't see the illuminating lighting on the Ioniq 5N, which was one of the signatory design for Hyundai Ioniq 5, right? This car is just born, made, and honed in Namyang, just like the N brand says. So the grills right here. Are you red? Nope. So this is also orange. One more thing is that there are actually two radiators up and down. So we don't see that right now because of the active air flap is all closed. That was also made official from the presentation that Ioniq 5 has two radiator grills up and down. Active air flap underneath. Are you? Yes. So I see the hinge right here. So active air flap underneath, and the radiator grill, it's also closed, and it's also active air flap too. You might be confused because of the light reflections here, but that is not the radiator grill. It's completely closed at the moment. It's just the lights that's reflecting off the cars. I see just a little bit looking through these holes. The pixels here too with the N badge, and it's sticking out. And fans enthusiasts, you guys are curious, so you can see I can actually touch it. This is definitely a different emblem from the good old Ns. It's flat. I have a feeling a lot of you guys will be buying this emblem off and replace it on your Elantra N, Veloster N, Kona and i30, i20 Ns, just you name it, the flat badge. So some folks who know about this, they actually bought off Hyundai Ranger, aka Azera, comes out black matte like this, OEM, and replaced it on their ends, but now you can get it just from the Ioniq 5N. Black emblem, front and rear, and the cameras for the surround view cam we saw earlier, headlights, I mean, those are just a steal. Ioniq 5 as we know. The air curtain on the front, and this time I can see through it. I see the tires. That actually serves the purpose too, no doubt. Right there, right there. So you see it's actually cut like that, and the tunnel is made to allow the airflow that way. So this is with the doors open, pixels here, and this is kind of the material that we've seen on Ioniq 5 before. Red accent. No, I shouldn't be really saying red. Oh, it is red. So that is red because I think that is the ambient color. You can change it in your settings. Loaded with the Bose premium sound system. The door handle, we've seen it before, but this is the color that Hyundai Ioniq 5N uses over here as well, just like that. Now I finally get to show you the footrest, the foot brake, the accelerator over there, just like that with the pixels. So the metal plate here, but I'll show you more about it when the car becomes available. This is the floating type rotors and discs, of course. Two-piece rotor, no doubt, with the ventilated rotors. Also test out the rear trunk. So this is the inside of Ioniq 5N trunk. Honestly, nothing all that's different. Looks like that. I'll show you more inside. Of course, comes with the automated trunk. And I hate to break it to you, I really didn't mean to, but EV6 GT is just out the window now. I knew, like this I said every single time when I was test driving the EV6 GT. Every single time I put my foot on the accelerator, every turn, every brake, I was really mesmerized by what EV6 GT has got to offer. Then, after that sentence, I said every single time, I wonder what Ioniq 5N will be like. Let me show you what's underneath the hood, and you can just open up the front right here, just like that. And Well, it still makes the same pop, and we can see the clamshell design right here that wraps around all the way to the fender here. Uniquely Ioniq 5, we've seen that before. Is it going to open up like the EV9? Nope. So there is the latch. Of course, I saw that coming. It's Ioniq 5 after all. So use the lever here, open it up, and it comes with the gas lift. Thank God there is no skewer, unlike the internal combustion engine ends. I don't get that wrong anymore. This is the motor bay, not the engine bay. Hidden underneath the cover, but we can see the motor here. And still, wow, there still is plenty of room underneath the cover here, protecting what's inside underneath this cover. There is the battery. Oh, this is quite surprising because most of the time the batteries were sent all the way to the rear and the trunk to make the balance, to counter the balance, heavy weight on the front. But that's not the case actually, it's the other way around. So it has the heavier, stronger motor on the rear, relatively lighter, smaller motor on the front. So probably that is why Hyundai decided to put a battery here. Rest of the thing is just essentially is the same. This is the fuse box. Just like that, no surprise. The brake fluid, the strut ring. We've seen that on previous Elantra N as well as EV6 GT. It's also embedded on this Ioniq 5N as well. The rest, just the washer fluid, the coolant. We get some better view from this angle here with the motor. Cabin filter is also there, so it's no-brainer, super easy DIY. You can take out the filter, it's super easy. Just like that. A bit of a sound absorbers here too. It's not those super thick absorbents. There is a rubber right here that will also reduce drag caused by the air going in here. Helps with the coefficient of drag as well, right? All right, so the blacked out emblem, just like I said, just slam it. The rear badge also comes in black. Never mind, there is no rear badge. No Hyundai badge on the rear, but just Ioniq 5. Let's check out the charging ports too. So I see 5 pixels, tap on it, yep. So it's the same thing that we've seen on Ioniq 5 before. Exactly the same. You have the cover underneath for your DC combo type. This car, using the eGMP platform, it can charge from 10 to 80% in just 18 minutes. That is the same for all Hyundai Motor Group cars that uses the eGMP, and this Ioniq 5N is no exception. You can close it using that button, just like that. And I just found out the car is not fired up, but watch what happens when you floor it. Look at that. 한 번 더 밟아주세요. Oh, just like that. 됐습니다. And the second row seat that I did not have the time to show you, just let me show it to you quickly. All right, that's it for today. I'm running out of time as always. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like Cars in Korea, and I'll definitely cover more of Ioniq 5. And I think I will soon be test driving this car at a track. And I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Gotta go. I can spend hours. I don't want to go. So this is what the second row seat looks like. You can see the badge from the rear like that. The second row seat, AC vent system, only C ports. So there is no AC on the rear, but on the sides like that. Curtains too on the second row seat.
Today's video is sponsored by Mach Racing. Mach Racing is the Hyundai and tuning specialists. Not only can you shop for high quality parts like the Brembo Big Brake Kit, braid wheels, and Swift springs, specifically made for N cars, Mach Racing tests and develops all these parts on the racetrack. Mach Racing is also the official organizer of the Hyundai N Cup. If you're in California, join all the other N cars threshing the track together. Visit www.machracing.com for more details. If it wasn't for the sponsorships like this today, I would definitely have a very hard time keeping my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for sparing your time. Please drop a visit to Mach Racing, especially when you are an N owner. They specialize in all N cars and parts, including Veloster N and Elantra N. Also Elantra N PE to come, and definitely this Ioniq 5N you are about to see. Feel free to drop in the comment below anything you are curious about, and you can also directly reach me at carsinkorea@gmail.com for any questions you might have with N parts as well as Mach Racing. Mark Racing will be sponsoring other Ioniq 5N videos, including the test drive and also Elantra and PE to come. Of course, I'll be there first to capture it in person, in real life, test driving it, feeling it myself. Don't forget, I am one of the first to cover those N cars, and I am definitely enthusiast. I hate to say this, but as a previous Veloster N DCT with full carbon and performance parts installed. And look at this beautiful slow-mo. God, I miss my Veloster N. Once again, thank you very much for sparing your time and not skipping the video. That's it, and let's get back to that Ioniq 5N.